Delhi, 22 million people, a city that never quite stops moving. The moment you step outside, you're in it. The traffic here doesn't follow lanes so much as it negotiates space. Cars, motorbikes, auto rickshaws, all weaving around each other with a kind of logic that takes a while to understand. This is where the Golden Triangle starts. Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, 3 cities forming a route through northern India, roughly 720 kilometres. It's one of the most travelled circuits in the country. Right now though, it's just traffic and heat and trying to cross the road without incident. Away from the main streets there are markets, vegetables, fabric, electronics, regular shops selling regular things, not aimed at tourists but regular people buying things.
Hello everyone, I'm just heading into the old part of Delhi, and yet I am going to be giving you a little wee sight.
I stopped here because something on this monument caught my attention. You can see it just there. Yes, it's a swastika. As I walk further through Old Delhi, I started to see everyday religious life happening directly on the street. Groups of people are seated on the ground, gathered around the walls and doorways, dressed in traditional everyday clothing. There are the swastikas on the walls behind them here too, and you might know that religious and social spaces often overlap and there isn't always a clear line between the two. That being said, we arrive at a temple. Inside, people are seated on the floor while a steady vocal sound, like chanting, fills the space. The regular religion is Hinduism, but India has multiple religions practiced openly. In Old Delhi, you see Islam more. There are mosques throughout this area. Call to prayer happens 5 times a day. People stop what they're doing, pray, then continue. After seeing onions being prepared on the street, I had the chance to watch some chefs at work. They were cooking on a flat griddle, making what looked like pancakes or flatbreads. Doing pray, then continue. I even got to help out. They gave me some dough and a rolling pin. Afterwards, we watched as the food was served. Everyone sits on the floor, lined up, and eats together. It was quite different from what we are used to in our own culture. Then I continued walking through the side streets and markets of Old Delhi. The streets here are full of activity, with shops and stalls on every corner. There's always something for sale. Spices, fabrics, street food, and everyday goods. And watch out for motorbikes weaving through the crowds. It's busy, but this is everyday life here. Jama Masjid in front of you. One of the biggest mosques in India, built in 1656. Shah Jahan again. Same person who built the Taj Mahal. Red sandstone and white marble. 3 domes, 2 minarets. The courtyard holds 25,000 people during Friday prayers. We now leave Delhi and head south to Agra, about 230 kilometers. We arrive at the Great Gate, the main entrance to the Charbagh Gardens. Symbolically, it represents paradise, and in a moment, you'll see why. Taj Mahal. Everyone's seen photos of it, but standing here it's still striking. Probably the cemetery. It's perfectly centered, reflected in the water. Gardens on either side. Shah Jahan built it as a tomb for his wife, Mumtaz Mahal. She died in 1631, giving birth to their 14th child. Construction took 22 years, around 20,000 workers. Marble brought from Rajasthan, semi-precious stones set into the marble by hand. Not far away is the tomb of Mariam Muz Zamani. She was one of Emperor Akbar's wives. Much fewer people visit this one. It's simpler, red sandstone, geometric patterns. Quiet. The Mughals built a lot in Agra. The Taj Mahal is the famous one, but there are others. Tomb of Itimad Didola, sometimes called the Baby Taj because it's smaller. Built by Empress Nur Jahan for her father in the 1620s. Built before the Taj Mahal. Some people think it influenced that design. The marble here has semi-precious stones set into it. Light comes through carved stone screens and makes patterns on the floor. Even with the heavy rain, it is precious. Agra isn't just heritage sites. On the way out of the city, you see other areas, basic housing, narrow lanes, people living in very different conditions than the ones near the Taj Mahal, which is only a few kilometers away. Fatehpur Sikri, about 40 kilometres west of Agra. This was the Mughal capital for a while. Emperor Akbar built it in the late 1500s. It got abandoned after about 14 years, most likely due to water problems. What's left is basically a preserved city, red sandstone buildings, still standing. There's a massive gateway, Buland Darwaza, one of the largest in the world. Walking through it is strange. The courtyards, palaces, mosque are all empty now, but they're intact, like the city just stopped. Stopping off along the way, we arrive at the Abhanere stepwell, built in the 9th century. It's a huge structure of steps going down into the ground, built to collect and store rainwater. From above, it looks almost unreal. Hard to believe it was built that long ago. Stepwells used to be common in India. They were practical for water storage, but also social spaces. People would gather here to talk, trade, whatever. Now it's mostly a tourist site, but the structure is still there, still impressive. Then there's the Dula village, a small place in rural Rajasthan. Flat land, some hills in the distance. It's quiet, actually quiet. No traffic sounds, no horns, just wind. I stayed there and came to rest in this beautiful and peaceful pool. The accommodation here is a tent camp. Permanent tents with beds and electricity, but you're basically camping. There's a real sense of community here, and staying feels like stepping into a slower, more grounded pace of life. In fact, sometimes even a monkey will appear, just sitting nearby and watching the landscape. This is Jaipur, called the Pink City, though it's more of a terracotta colour. If you ask me, the buildings were painted this colour in 1876 when the Prince of Wales visited. Pink was supposed to represent hospitality, but Jaipur isn't about looking nice. It's busy. Traffic here is as bad as Delhi. Cars, motorbikes, all on the same roads. Then I got to the Maharaja Saiwai Man Singh II Museum. It's inside the City Palace complex. Bunch of courtyards and buildings. Part of the palace is still lived in by the royal family. Jaipur was capital of a Rajput kingdom. The rulers here had power for a long time. That history is still around. Back outside, the streets are busy, full of traffic, people and markets. Everywhere you look, there's movement and activity. It's a very lively city. But let's step away from the busy streets for a moment and get a view of Jaipur from above, to see the city from a different perspective. Now, I saw something I thought only happened in movies. There's a man sitting on the pavement with a pipe and a cobra moving back and forth in front of him. Next, we arrive at the Amber Palace, also known as Amber Fort, just outside Jaipur. Inside, there are courtyards, gardens, the whole deal. It was originally built as a royal residence, so you can see how the rulers lived, with spaces for ceremonies, private quarters, and even a temple. Walking through it, you can tell the Rajput rulers here had money and they spent it on detailed work. From the top, there are views across the hills and the Malta Lake below. It's a popular spot for tourists, but again, walking through the fort gives you a sense of the scale and craftsmanship of this historic site. Oh, and if you want, you can also take an elephant ride, which is very common here. The experience with the animals is something else. Here, we even got to feed some cows right on the street. I have to say, India is full of culture and their traditional dancers are really beautiful. The movements, the costumes, the music, everything comes together in such a vibrant and graceful way. Before we leave, here's one more shot of Jaipur I want to show you. We took a ride and got a good view of the city from here. This journey had it all. At some point you stop just watching and start doing things. Dealing with the traffic yourself, shopping at markets, dancing when there's music, being kind with the animals. Even my contact with religion here was a unique experience. The Indian community is very religious. Faith is taken seriously. It affects daily life, how people treat each other, how they structure their day. As tourists, we respected and even embraced that. It felt new and refreshing. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Triangle of India. From the chaos of Delhi to the timeless beauty of the Taj Mahal, the streets and markets of Jaipur and the quiet life in rural Rajasthan. This journey showed me so many sides of the country. I saw history, culture and faith woven into everyday life. I got to taste the food, meet the people, even join in with their traditions. It wasn't just sightseeing, it was experience in India in all its energy and complexity. Thanks for coming along on this journey. Until next time,